We are live. We're rocking and rolling.
We're live.
Just give it a couple of moments just to see everybody starting to pop online. Please, if you're online, send us a comment just to know that you are watching us and you can hear us and you can see us.
Hello, friends. Hello, friends.
Please feel free to jump online and give us a comment. There's two watching.
Woo! We are starting to get here. Hello, friends. How are we today? Are we good? My name is Talia, and I am from Critters Up Close. Now today I have a very, very exciting critter to introduce you to. But first, we have been running a little bit of a competition, and after I read out the clues for you to be able to guess what kind of animal we're going to introduce you to today, I want you to comment or get mum, dad or carer to help you comment. And if you guess the right answer, the first 3 correct guesses after I've read out all my clues will win some free passes to our Critter Virtual Classroom group sessions. How exciting is that? Super exciting. Are you ready for your clues? Clue number 1. I have a home. It's good for protection. It's made out of stuff called keratin. Your clue number 2, second clue. My toes are webbed. My claws are big to help me swim and dig, dig, dig. What could it be? Clue number 3. Are you ready for your third clue? Clue number 3. I'm not too fast. I move quite slow, but put me in the water and watch me go. What could it be, friends? What kind of critter could we be meeting today?
Okay, folks, so you've got the 3 clues. The first 3 people to comment with the correct critter will win 3 passes to our Critters Virtual Classroom shows next week for any of them. So feel free, comment below. G'day James, how are you? Hello Isla and Maddie, good to see you all.
Hi friends, great to see you all.
Those 3 clues. The first
what could
3
it
people
be?
to comment. Now we're going to catch up with that at the end. Okay, you're so close, Melissa. Not quite a tortoise, but what we're going to do at the end of the show, we're going to pick the first 3 and we will announce them after the live. But for now, let's learn about the very first critter.
Okay. Oh, they're coming through. Keep them coming, friends. Keep them coming. I'm going to get this lovely lady out for you. Friends, please say, hello, Speedy. Hi, Speedy. Friends, Speedy is what we call an oblong turtle. Hi, Speedy. Now, Speedy here, the oblong turtles, if you have a look at this map down here, the oblong turtles live all around our southwest. So you'll find them through Perth, you'll find them through this area in Mandurah. Some of you might even be lucky enough to have these ones in your backyard, which is pretty amazing. Now we're going to learn some really cool facts about Speedy today. We are going to start with her very long neck. Now kids, I need you to get involved. If I ask questions, I want you to answer them. Type away those answers. You can get mum, dad or carer to help you. Kids, have a look at this neck. Speedy has such a long neck that she can't retract it into her shell like this. She has to sleep like this. So kids, when I say go to sleep, go. When I say wake up, go like this. Kids, go to sleep. Kids, wake up and go to sleep and wake up. Isn't that amazing? Now, if you have a close look, come on in, Michael, come on in. Have a look at her face just here. Can you see her little nostrils? Speedy here cannot breathe underwater. She breathes air, just like us. So when she's swimming around underwater, she has to poke her little nose up out of the water to get her air. Isn't that amazing? Now kids, if we move a little bit further down, have a look at this. Can you see the shape of her shell? We're going to learn a little bit about her shell. Now, a lot of turtles have a very round shell, but Speedy here, her shell's a little bit oblong shaped, isn't it? And that's where the oblong turtles get their name, an oblong turtle. Now kids, can you do me a favour? Can you please look at your fingernails? Your fingernails are made up of something called keratin. Now, keratin is also what Speedy's shell is made from. Isn't that amazing? And her shell is actually connected to her body. I know you see in cartoons the turtles come out of their shells, but not actually possible. If we have a look just here, you'll see her skin is fully connected to her shell. And as she grows, her shell will grow with her body. Isn't that amazing? Now, friends, if we keep moving further down here, I'll turn her around so we can see her shell a little bit better. So we've talked about the shape of it. Now, this one here, I'm referring to it as a shell, aren't I? But there's actually a better word for the top and the bottom. So kids, I need you to say this big word after me. The top of the shell is called the carapace. Say that one, kids. Say carapace. Go. And we'll say it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Carapace. Go. I can hear you. You're pretty loud. It's amazing. Now, have a look at the piece underneath. This smaller part underneath is called the plastron. Say that, kids. Plastron. And one more time. And one more time. Awesome. Now, kids, what I want you to do, if you're sitting down, can you stand up for me? I want you to do one turn on the spot this way. I want you to do one turn on the spot the other way. And I want you to count to 3 for me. 1, 2, 3. Now, kids, what is the hard bit on the top called? Guaranteed some of the parents are cracking up right now because most of the kids shout out, shell. But the funnier part of this is most of the adults are standing there right now thinking, I actually don't remember what she called it. Is it not a shell? Which is really, really funny. Now, kids, let's keep moving down her body here. Past her shell, have a look down here. Isn't this the cutest little bottom you've ever seen? A little turtle bottom. Now, see her tail. Oops, she's trying to swim. Here we go. See her little tail here. We can tell that Speedy is a female because she's got a little tiny tail. The males actually have a bigger tail. The females in general are a little bit bigger and heavier, and the males are a little bit smaller. So kids, here we go. We're going to learn about one more part of her body just here. What are these ones? What's this part? These are her feet. Now, turtles, have a look at your hands, kids. Have a look at your hands. Turtles have webbed toes or flippers for living in the water. But a tortoise has solid feet for living on the ground. Isn't that amazing? That's the big difference between them. In Australia, we have lots of different species of freshwater turtles, and we have lots of different species of marine turtles that live in the ocean. But guess what? We actually don't have any tortoises. They live in other parts of the world. Isn't that amazing?
Isn't it funny, Talia? We get confused. People that have been to the zoo right now are watching this going, but hang on, we've met the Western Swamp tortoise before. It's actually the Western Swamp turtle. It is actually a true turtle. So there you go.
It's very, very confusing. Now, while we're on the topic of feet, if we're looking at her webbed toes, which help her to swim very, very fast, Speedy here also has these long claws. Can you see those ones there? Now, those long claws are not to hurt us. They actually use these claws to dig underground. These ones, they don't just spend all their time in the water. Sometimes they'll dig underground and bury themselves away for really long periods of time. But they also use their claws as their cutlery. They use them to pull apart the food that they catch. Kind of like how boys eat, if you ask me. So these claws, not to hurt us, friends. Now, we're talking about food. What sort of things do you think these ones would like to eat? What do you think these freshwater turtles like to eat?
I'll just jump in there for a second too, Talia. Folks, continue to send your questions through. If we do not address them during the presentation, we'll catch up with them afterwards. We'll respond to everyone personally. Just a quick one there. Do they live in rocks? Now, they live in water. They spend a lot of time on land. But where will they also spend a lot of time, Talia, during when there's a lack of water and they use those claws? Where do they go? They
go underground. They go underground. So friends, these ones in really harsh climates when they need to stay nice and moist and everything like that, they will bury themselves underground. Isn't that funny? For really long periods of time too. Now friends, sometimes you'll even see these ones moving from one water source to another water source. And sometimes they cross our roads, which is not very good, is it? Because turtles on the land, they're not very fast, are they? So if we see them crossing the road, we need to wait for them to go. Or if you've got adults who can help, they can help them along. Make sure you cover them with something and shuffle them in the direction that they're heading to help them out. They want to go that way, so head that way. Now.
Oh, we've got a lot of responses coming in.
Oh, yes.
You mentioned before, what do they eat? So
yes.
People come
we've had some guesses.
Mentioned a few good ones, so
yes.
see if they got it right. You want to give them some ideas on what they eat?
Now, these ones, there is an animal that most of us find pretty annoying, and they go,
How'd they go?
What's that one? What are those ones, friends? What are those ones? These ones love to eat the mosquito larvae. Isn't that amazing? They will eat fish, and like we talked about before, they will use their claws to pull apart their food to make it a little bit smaller so they can just swallow it. They'll also eat bugs. Speedy, some of her favourite things are things like crickets and cockroaches. Isn't that amazing?
And we've got somebody else that says, would she eat lettuce? Well, do you know what? In captivity, she certainly would, particularly when they're young. However, when they're out in the wild, they love to eat different types of vegetation and decomposing leaf matter and things like that. Pretty cool, huh?
Pretty cool. Now, friends, we don't just have our freshwater turtles, we also have turtles that live in our oceans, don't we? And we're going to talk about those. I'm going to pop Speedy down, but don't worry, friends. I'm going to bring her back out before the end of the 15 minutes. It's okay. So, friends, we have turtles that live in our oceans, but they're facing a lot of issues. So one of them, friends, what can you see in here? This is in the ocean. What is it, friends? What is this one? This one, is this a jellyfish? This was swimming around in the ocean? Believe it or not, this one is actually a plastic bag, which is not ideal because turtles, our marine turtles, love to eat jellyfish. But if they ate this instead, they'd get really, really sick, wouldn't they? It's not very great. And the other things we can find in our oceans, unfortunately, are things like this. This one here, kids, is a ghost net. They're very, very clear. They're very, very difficult for our turtles to see and our other marine animals. And they can get all tangled up in them, which is not very nice, is it? So we need to be careful. Anytime we go to the beach, we need to make sure that we take all of our rubbish home with us, because things like this can take up to 600 years to break down, which is a really long time. If you have a look up here, all of these things, we found all of this rubbish at the beach. And some things, like I just said, can take 600 years to break down. Some don't ever break down at all. So those hamburger little cases, the styrofoam ones, they're always around.
We've got some questions.
Yeah.
So, do turtles in the ocean have webbed feet? Do turtles in the ocean have webbed feet?
Now, our turtles that live in the ocean actually have flippers. So it's a very similar kind of concept. They use those nice flat flippers to grab that water and swim very, very quickly. And some marine turtles can swim a really long way, like thousands of kilometres. But instead of having those webbed toes, like our freshwater turtles, they have the flippers. Have we got any other questions coming through, friends?
We've got a couple. Do they eat vegetables? Well, do you know what? In captivity, we don't feed Speedy vegetables. Would she take it? You know what? She would probably eat a lot of things.
Yep.
If you look on our Facebook page at Critters Up Close, we put a video up, when was it, about a week ago?
About a week ago.
With Speedy coming out to eat the food out of our hands. It's pretty amazing. Now, I like that, Giselle. People stop littering. Do people even care about our poor animals? But do you know what? Have a look at this little diorama up here that we've got. Just some of the common things that Talia mentioned and how long they take to break down. Even your plastic cutlery. Some of that up to 300 years. Now, hey Talia.
Yes?
Did you have an idea for, what time is it? We're getting close to that time.
Getting close to that
We
time.
need to leave a little bit of time for people to get a...
Oh yeah, our photo. Yeah, absolutely. Can't forget that. Gosh, time just flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Now, here we go, friends. I've got Speedy back out.
So what we're going to do, friends, please, if you've got another camera or device, grab a camera. Kids, we're going to get nice and close to Speedy, and we're going to do what, Talia?
We're going to take a selfie with Speedy, but I want you to do your best turtle impression. Be a turtle, kids, be a turtle. We're going to come in. Here we go, here we go.
Get your face near the screen, kids. Who is the best turtle? Post your photos in the live feed. Look at this, we'll get a good focus on her there, and there we go. Be a turtle, kids. Be a turtle. Amazing. And Tamara, we just answered that question. Have a look at her eyes there. She's blinking right at you. How cool is that?
How cool is Speedy, friends? Did you guys have fun meeting Speedy today? She's pretty great. We love Speedy a whole lot. Now, kids, if you would like to learn more about our beautiful animals, we are running virtual classrooms, and we'll put up all those links and things like that so you can check all those out. We even have all the curriculum documents and activities for you to do, which is really, really fun as well. The adults love that one. But what do we think, Michael?
I think That was pretty amazing. What do you think, folks?
We've had some fun.
Talia's very first live. She's absolutely amazing. Now, what we're going to do, folks, we've seen a lot of questions come through. We will jump online after this and we will answer those. And Kids Around Perth will announce the 3 winners for the Critters Virtual Classroom.
Well done.
I think that was pretty amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you guys so much. And remember, stay critter crazy.
Thanks so much, folks. Bye.
Bye.